Well, welcome to CBC Radio 2. It is currently 2 o'clock in Ontario, 2:30 from the stage 45 FM. As you all know, lots of people were installing their stuff after we had viruses were found on the internet and threats. So now I'm going to do a review and probably in a recap of what I've experienced. So far in the NHL, the Vancouver Canucks and Boston Bruins are now in the Stanley Cup Finals. Now, as you all know, the Canucks had a great run through all through the playoffs. They dealt with Chicago in 7, defeated Nashville, in 6, and then defeated the Sharks in 6 in 5 games. Unbelievable ride. So now, in the OHL, Sea Dogs are World Cup champions. They beat the Mississauga Majors 3-1 tonight at the Hershey Center. Now, I held off a lot for a time, but this. Now, it's a review I'm going to do. This thing. This is the Shaymin Stylus. You can buy these at any game store. They might have these. Probably find these on eBay. Buy these in stores. This one is used. I don't see anything that's used on Shaymin. Nothing was used. It's like Shaymin was never used. This thing has been never used. See? You see any markings on Shaymin that say he's been used? I don't think so. This Shaymin said used on the package, but I don't say the Shaymin was never used. How can you tell the Shaymin was used if there's no markings or a bad thing? It said used, but did someone just return it and they said it was used? It wasn't. This was still in. When I found this was still original packaging. It was never, that packaging never opened. It said used on the packaging, but look at this. Do you see any markings on Shaymin that proves that he was used? It didn't say used on the package, but this was still in the packaging. How can they put this as a used item? What do? Stick Shaymin in the machine. They just clean up the chain, stick him back. This thing was not attached to him. This thing was in the box with the Shaymin. I like the artwork. I like how they did the artwork of this. This is a good artwork piece. Look how good the artwork is on Shaymin and the Pokeball and strap and the stylus. I love this artwork. This artwork is the best. See, that's the best artwork. And if you move your hand like that, you can make Shaymin look down, look up, and the ears, and like that. And this Shaymin was the same on the shelves in Toronto. Bought the Shaymin Stylus. I never used it, but I just wanted to do a review of this. This Shaymin is the best I've ever endorsed. Now with my colleagues, we will get back to the movies in our next hour when we have time. Some people have asked us online. Well, like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? What do you do in your spare time? What do you do in the hours of the morning? Do you keep going on the radio? Do you still have it? Yes, we do have it. We still have radio on our thing for everything. So we bought our last newscast was a great one. People celebrated. Then we started getting release forms to shut down our radio station for a few hours. But now our radio station is back on the air. We're still trying to get the first spot at the top of the radio stations. And after this newscast is over, we have a podcast coming up at 2:30, and we'll have your late local news. And now I want to talk to you about what Viacom's still going after YouTube. People said that YouTube won, but Viacom said there's really a huge miscount of what it was, because they did not want to do that for YouTube. Because YouTube itself, it's a lawsuit was filed against YouTube Even if you watch any episode by and YouTube, you'll see what a hypocrite Summer Redstone is. If you watch any episode of any Viacom web browser, you'll see what Viacom is probably still doing to this YouTube community, uploading clips. Because a reporter asked Viacom, you had iFilm, didn't you upload anything? You could get in trouble. A lot of screen caps of iFilm, before its renamed Spike.com, was now written, had that before said to Viacom. And then they said, well, for Viacom, they reported back to Viacom, and they're still going after the YouTube community. When the newscast came out that Viacom, if you go to Spike.com, you'll see how much Viacom, what they did. You'll see tons of clips that were uploaded without the user's permission. If you go back to one of the favorite YouTubers before computers were even in existence, calling, this is YouTube dancer by Mark Koval. It's a great one to see it. It's one of my all-time videos I plan to watch. With Viacom, they uploaded it. Some of those were loaded at the dawn of the Jan takedown notices on YouTube. Like if you shared people on YouTube, if you shared music online, pictures, anything else, you need to take those off them, because lots of people people have the dispute form that says YouTube seems to you that you either stole that or you didn't have permission to upload it, because doesn't, Viacom owns anything. So Viacom owns a lot of stuff. Sony, Music Guarantee, Paramount Pictures. If you pop in the Friday the 13th DVD, you'll see that it says a Viacom company when you see Friday the 13th DVD. Lots of the things that were they held a lot of stuff. CMT, Black Entertainment Television, and a whole lot of others. With the newscast coming a lot, because lots of people are still thinking YouTube is still gonna keep on working to keep Viacom away. Viacom didn't get a hold of my videos. I was too smart for them. They can't get a hold of they can't hack into a webcams and see my videos that were uploaded the same to a YouTube site. So if you go to a YouTube site, and I bet you've seen all takedown notices on YouTube by Viacom. But one day we might wake up and Viacom would have taken over YouTube and YouTube will never exist again. But Viacom, they removed LimeWire because of, I don't know what happens with LimeWire. I tried to upload LimeWire. If you still have LimeWire online, take it off. It will if it says a new version of LimeWire is upgraded to download. If you click yes, it does not go to the LimeWire website. You'll see a takedown notice from LimeWire because of copyright infringement clips. Lots of people they endorse copyright infringement because Viacom knew. But remember that video at Swabby.org? People, if you go Swabby.org, link is disabled. A long time ago, if you got a question that says, for you, do not click on that tiny URL. If you click on a tiny URL message, you'll go to a link that will send you right back. It goes to a fake YouTube site, because if you go on that site, it looks like you land back at YouTube. But those kids didn't know better that with a fake YouTube site. They trick you into thinking you signed into a YouTube site. So that's all the time we have for today. Computer Radio CBC Radio Tuesday 4 FM. This is newscast. Local news is up next, and then 2:30 podcast, and then it's an hour for music. So have a good night, everybody. Good night from here at all. Good night, everyone.